Hello everyone, it's Mish here and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you like what you see and want to be a subscriber. And for all of you who've been subscribing and leaving comments, it is just so heartwarming to see the channel growing. Today we will be working in the Daphne Diary Gluebook journal. We've done quite a few pages. I think I started this, I'd have to go back and look at the playlist, but I think it was like April of last year, so it's getting on to be a year now. So I'm really happy with this, and sometimes I just take it out and have a flip through, and it just makes me kind of happy. Yeah, so today we're going to do another page. I've already kind of selected just a background piece of just cardstock. I had a pattern paper from a paper pad. So the inspiration for this one came from the the latest edition that I have, which is number 1. Number 2 has been released on the 27th of February, but today is, I think, maybe March 1st. I have done it a week in advance, this video, so I won't see that until another few weeks, which makes me really sad, because people, you know, in Europe and the Netherlands where it's published are so lucky to get it straight away and be able to start playing. But the inspiration came from this little activity, which was 2 pages of these flowers. They're kind of a monthly theme, but it's a game called Memory Flowers, like concentration, what I think it was called when I was a kid. So I kind of thought I'd like to display this, and the other thing that was on my mind has been pictures, taking pictures and Polaroid pictures. So I've been doing something else kind of with the picture theme, so I wanted to kind of go along with that. So I have taken out one of those pages, and the other thing that I've cut out is this issue is issue 7, and on the bottom of this spread was just a bit of decoration, which looked like this. So I've cut some of that out. I'm thinking I'm going to use kind of as edging to the layout today. And if you remember back to the bugs in the magnifying glass, I'm going to go back to that piece of paper. I don't know what issue this was at all. Maybe issue 5, I'm not sure, of last year, but I've cut out a couple more of the butterflies that I thought would go good with this one, and I think that's, besides just, I've gone to my stash. If you watch my channel, you know I have a Michael's plastic tote that I just put all kinds of offcuts and stuff, so I've just reached it in there and grabbed just some florals, but let's get started. So what I did, and again, if you watch my channel, you know that I love using little vellum as templates. So I knew I wanted to do sort of a Polaroid kind of thing with these photos. So I cut some white paper that's 2 1/4 by 2. And I cut out a bunch of those, and I wanted my picture to be 1 3/4 square, and then that left a little bit of a border around, and then just a little bit wider. It's probably not true dimensions of a Polaroid, but what could kind of fit in the layout. So I then just went around and I looked for some ones that I liked. And I chose 5, so I chose these 5, and I cut them out with my paper trimmer. So I just laid it on the trimmer and I cut out the full square, and then I took my little piece of vellum and I put it on, and I kind of marked where I wanted kind of the focal point of the image. So I ended up with these 5 little, get that out of the way, with these 5 images. So I kind of thought that they would kind of go with my theme. What I started to do, which I didn't finish, is I did want to distress it a little bit, just to give it a bit of an edge when it's kind of sitting on the white paper, the little mock Polaroid. I just wanted it to kind of stand out a little bit. I wasn't really looking to distress it too much, but just to give that little dimension. I am using a vintage photo. I think it's I wanted the brown. I kind of started with antique linen, but I thought it was just a little bit too light, especially with the background is so dark. If the background wasn't such dark green, then I probably would have went with a lighter distress oxide. But so yeah, I had planned to do these before I actually started filming, but I got distracted. I've just worked 4 or 5 days in a row, and I only have today off, and then I work another 6 days. So I'm trying to get everything done. Errands. Oh, and I did send out some happy mail today. So there is so today, like I said, is March 1st. So I've got a little bit of something going out to New Zealand today, to Ireland, and to Mississippi. So I've said in one of my previous videos, if you'd like to give me your address, then just kind of at random, for those people who've been supporting me and leaving me comments, I'm just going to occasionally pop off some happy mail. So I wanted to get that in the mail. So I did that. I had to go to Costco. Oh my goodness. Costco, I'm telling you, I sometimes give up the will to carry on when I'm in Costco. There's times that people are like just dropping their trolleys in the middle of the aisles and blocking everything and cutting you off and bumping into you. And I sometimes get so fed up that I just think, I'm just going to leave my cart here and come back later. But then I never do, because I think, oh. And I tend to go first thing in the morning, because that's when I like to do my errands. You know, I'm usually up early. I'm usually up by 6 o'clock. So I want to get my errands and stuff done so that I can get back home and do some crafting. Not exactly sure how that one will go in this one. Guess I'll put it this way. Okay, so we've got our little Polaroids. So before I set them down, I wanted to just do some embellishing of the background. And if you don't have Daphne's Diary, just go, find a magazine that you kind of like and cut out some the images. Daphne's Diary, at least for us in North America, can be not that easy to find. And I know from some comments of you in South Africa that you guys have a magazine. I think is it called Idea magazine or Ideals? So whatever you have, and my layouts, just like yours, are limited to what images I can find, and I'm trying to just stick, as far as the images go, to what I can find in the Daphne's Diary. It's just been a challenge for me, and to be honest, it's really the only crafty magazine that I get, because I don't think there's, sometimes I get some British magazines. I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, at the library, at the Indigo chapters, but But yeah, so I can get this magazine. I have this magazine on subscription. So at least I know that I'm going to get it. It's just a matter of when am I going to get it. That is the big question. So I think I was telling you the last time about this massive snow that we've had, that the drifts were like as big as my car. And in my back garden, my shed, which isn't that tall, it's about 6 feet, but it was like 4 feet of snow up on the shed. Well, since then, we've had a lot of mild weather. And then the last few days, we've had a lot of rain. And honest to goodness, there's hardly any snow at all. But now we're in a deep freeze. So it feels like, I think it feels like minus 20 today. And that's Celsius, minus 20 Celsius. When I went out to Costco, I go to a place called Bayers Lake in Halifax. It's like a little industrial area. But the shops were built on a hill. And the wind just whips by there. And oh my goodness. Thought I was going to freeze to death before I got from the car into Costco. But it's warmed up a bit now. I think it's about maybe minus 10. Although, you know, I never really mind the really cold weather because it gets a point that it's too cold to snow. And at least we can be thankful for that. But we're getting into milder weather. And that's kind of what motivated me with the spread too, is just try to like anticipate that spring is coming. I got these halfback pearl strips. I got them at my local fabric shop, and it wasn't very much. I think I paid $6 for this whole reel. So I thought I might use it just to add a little bit of dimension to the page. Okay, so what I want to do next is, I think I'll get my pictures down. So my idea for my pictures came from one of my Christmas gifts. So the girls gave me these little things that are for your picture frames. They come with a little screw and they go in the back. So I kind of thought I would use these to kind of hold down my pictures. I do like using hardware. But the thing is how do I want to arrange these? So I kind of want to I've got more pictures that have a neutral background. I have 3 of those and I have 3 colored. So I'm kind of thinking maybe something like that. And then just kind of scatter them. Kind of like maybe you've done a scrapbook layout. You've gone into your garden last year when it was in bloom and took a lot of nice pictures, and now we're trying to motivate ourselves. I think that kind of looks kind of good. I mean, you just want it to look a little bit haphazard, like it was thrown there. So I'm just gonna glue these down. And here, maybe turn that a little bit at a different angle. Because once I've got these set down, I want them a little bit higher. I thought about putting them on a line, but in order to do that, I would have had them made a lot smaller or sideways, and I kind of wanted my layouts to stay in the same orientation. But that's just me. You know, you guys do you. And I know there's things that I do that you might say, oh, well, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done this or that. And that's the whole point of like just sharing, crafting together, is because we all have a differing viewpoint. And it's, how do I want that one? And I think that's a good thing. And what I like, you know, obviously you guys may say, she's out to lunch. I wouldn't have done that. But when I look at things, and sometimes I agree, sometimes I do something and think, oh gosh, I don't know about that. But it's generally things that I can live with. All right, so to get this, to get these in, I've put it on a piece of foam that I just got at Michael's, or I think a dollar store. It's just very thin foam. I'm going to use a pokey tool, and I'm just going to poke my holes kind of where I want my thingies. So that one's going to go there, and then I want this one maybe to go there. Okay, and these you can get on Amazon. I can link in the description kind of the ones that I have. And there's so many little projects that I can think of to use these with, so I was just over the moon. Those girls are so good. Okay, so I'll get that down. Right, so what I'm going to put them down with is brads. I did go to my brad box and I looked at what I had. You could just go with a little black brad. You could go with silver, copper. I had ones that had like a little crystal. But I decided that I wanted to go with these little flowers because I just thought that they would be so cute. So, and ironically, I had 5 flower colors. So I think I'll go with maybe yellow here. Those are going to fall off. So go with yellow. And then when I put this into the book, the brads will all be hidden. And I'm going to push those down quite good. So then I'm thinking I might go with white in the middle. Like so. Why not? I mean, there's many combinations that you could do with that. Then I have a red one, which I'm thinking I'll put up here. Because I kind of think red and yellow are complementary colors. I think they're across each other on the color wheel, aren't they? Or are they beside each other, I think. Okay, and then we have pink and purple. I think I'll go pink over here. Okay. All right. And I like to add dimensions to my layout by doing little quirky things. For sure. All right, so those are that. And then I went to my Art by Marlene. I have a number of her sticky quotes, and I was looking about what I need to be, like maybe what I sometimes need to know. And I kind of thought I liked this one. Change your thoughts and you'll change the world. Because you may not change the whole world, but you'll change your world. And that's the main thing, I think, is that if we just change our point of view sometimes, then I think it makes a huge difference. Oh, that's down now. I think it makes a huge difference in our lives. You know, the sort of the thing about the glass half full, the glass half empty. I don't know if that's, you know, a metaphor that I would use consistently. It's a bit overdone sometimes, but that's the general thought, is that sometimes it's so hard to get out of our headspace and to stop the internal chatter, especially if you're grieving or you just seem to be stuck. And sometimes if we can change our perspective it can change our whole outlook on life. So then I just found these, I just am attracted to yellow right now. Again, I feel we're attracted to colors that, because we're missing, you know, we need to work on certain things. And yellow is the base chakra. And I have been having some, you know, just, I don't know, feeling grounded, not feeling grounded sometimes. Yeah, kind of like how that looks. So we'll get that down. You know, being in menopause, and for those of you who are younger, you know, we don't want to harp on about menopause, but it can be like very turbulent as far as just how you feel from day to day. Chester, he was here in the craft room, but I think he wanted something like snacks. Chester's the Garfield cat, I'm telling you. If you could see him, I have pictures on my Instagram of Chester, Mishcrafty. So if you want to see Chester, and he's just like Garfield. He just thinks he needs snacks all the time. Life is just one big snack. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to add is, like I said, I went back to that sheet, the one, this that we used. I think I showed this just already, but the one that we made this spread with, and I just went back to that one. I cut off some more of the butterflies, and I thought they really complemented the page without making it look kind of overbearing. So I thought I'd get those down. And I kind of like how that is. Would I like it better like that? No, I like it better this way. I like the darker one towards the middle. Okay, and I'm just really going to do the middle of it so that the wings can kind of stand up. And then I was thinking, okay, how else can I elevate this? So again, if you watch my channel, you all know what I'm going to say. The butterflies need a little bling. I think in this one, I just want, because I've got, and the other thing, gosh, sometimes I have a flight of ideas here. I was going to put this down here, but I forgot before I put that on. What would that look like? I think it would look okay. And I think it would just draw the top and bottom, like kind of make a little bit of a frame. So I'm going to get that down. And then, so then the other thing I was thinking is, well, what about using a little bit of sequins? So I grabbed some of my sequins too. To put this pearls on, I'm using Fabri-Tac. It's very good for things like this. But in my normal collage, I just use Elmer's glue, but it's the Gluol, I think it is, the Stronghold, as it's much better than just the school glue. Yeah, I think I like that. So I could either put little pearls there that would kind of stay with the theme. I could put little rivets. No, the rivets don't go. Oh, the other thing too is if you have these little silver rivets, they're just little silver halfback beads. You can take alcohol markers and make them any color that you want to. So at Christmas time, I colored them with the red alcohol marker that I had, and I made all kinds of red ones. So that's just a little bit of a hack. You know what? I think I'm going to go back to these ones. I use these a lot. These are the Gold Mix Spellbinders. And tend to use these quite a bit. So I'm going to do that. And these, just set these little guys. And when you flip your page or you're looking at your page, that little bling that just shines, which is hard to pick up, but it's lovely. You know, and I do have these little gold butterflies, which I could dot around the page. These are Stampin' Up, and they come in different sizes. I've used these before in the layouts somewhere, so I could put like a little one there, and then maybe one up top. Oops, if I can get it here. Like maybe up in there. Not sure where that one would go. Let's just stick it here. Okay. So we got two of those on the page, which are kind of cute. And then I was looking at the sequence that I have. So I have all kinds in just little dividers. I think I initially got these ones at Michael's, and then at the dollar store I found a huge one for a lot cheaper than just one of those. And the ones at Michael's, the things are the same size. It's hard to tell in the video, but so this one here was much better deal and was more compact, but I'd already got all my other ones. So but so I've taken out a few pink ones that I thought kind of might look nice, dotted a little bit around the page, just to give a little bit of bling when we flip through the page. The other thing that I had was these ones here. Because these ones here, I got these at Michael's too. I have a lot of option around here besides Amazon. Had little flowers. So I was kind of wondering if maybe just dot around a few little flowers. Maybe in a cluster by where the sequin is. The sequin is. Kind of like that. I think that's kind of cute. So I'm going to stick those back in there. Okay, and then to put those down, I have a little quickie glue, which I find for small things like this is good, or you could just use, if you have a micro tip, I got something on my thumbnail, then you could use the micro tip. But I usually just dot this on here and make sure I got a nice little pile. And then I just take my sequin and stick it down. And it usually holds pretty good. Like so. And then, I mean, this one here is a bigger one. And the thing with if I can get it up, the thing with the Elmer's glue is it dries clear. So the thing about the Fabri-Tac is that, yeah, that's a good glue too. However, it dries shiny, and I don't really like that. So, whereas the Elmer's glue will dry flat, so that you don't really see. I mean, it might have a wee bit of shine, but nothing major. And yeah. So my vacation has been approved, what I've asked for this summer, so I'm happy about that. We're going to try to get a cottage or two so that all of us can go this summer, which would be really fun. And not quite sure where yet. Bobby and I often will go to PEI, and I think that's on the Charlottetown or Cavendish, which is the land of Green Gables, is basically just a couple hours of drive away, which isn't that far. And I was, when growing up and even into my adulthood, when they brought out the series, the Anne of Green Gables one, the movies, was a huge, well, I kind of still am a good Anne fan. So there's the layout for this week. I think it is cute. These we can move if we want to adjust our point of view, to go change your thoughts, change your point of view. So I'm just going to go away. I'm going to put it in, I'll put it in the journal and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've put it in, I've put it into the book, but I had made a big boo-boo, and the big boo-boo was I hadn't quite cut it down to size before I started it, which is the only time I've done that so far in the journal, but you know, things happen. So what I had to do was cut the top piece off, relocate the butterfly, and it all seems to, as far as proportions go, it all seems to work pretty good. So thanks so much for watching. If you did like it, I'd love for you to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, I really hope you stay safe and happy, and bye for now.